Hi guys, and a very warm welcome to you all. How is everyone doing today? I truly hope that you are all happy and in good health, just as I am feeling right now. I'm so glad you've decided to join me for today's video, which I feel is going to be a very special one. It's special not because of any grand adventure or exciting event, but because it captures the quiet, gentle rhythm of everyday life, the small, ordinary moments that, when woven together, create the beautiful fabric of a family. In this video, we will simply be observers, watching the heartfelt story of a mother's love and dedication as she nurtures her home and her children. Our story begins inside the familiar comfort of a room, a space made vibrant and full of life by the presence of children deep in their world of play. They are completely absorbed, their minds buzzing with imagination, creating adventures and stories with nothing but a few simple toys and their own boundless creativity. The air is filled with the purest of sounds, the sound of their innocent laughter, their excited chatter, and the soft noises of their games. It's a symphony of happiness that echoes through the house, a constant reminder of the joy they bring. Sunlight streams gently through a nearby window, illuminating the room in a soft, warm glow and catching the tiny particles of dust that dance in the air like magical sprites. The children are so engrossed in their world that the world outside, their little circle, almost ceases to exist for them. Just a few steps away, in the open courtyard under the vast sky, their mother is at work. In her hands, she holds a simple broom, but she wields it with a sense of purpose and care that transforms her task from a mere chore into an act of love. She sweeps the ground with a steady, rhythmic motion, her movements practiced and unhurried. With every sweep, she is not just clearing away leaves and dust, she is creating a clean, safe space for her children to run and play. She is tending to her home, putting her energy and affection into its very foundation. Every now and then, she pauses for a fraction of a second to glance over at her children, a gentle, knowing smile gracing her lips before she returns to her work. Her presence is a quiet, reassuring anchor, the sturdy pillar around which their happy little world revolves. After a while, the children's games subside, and a new need arises, the need to refuel their small, energetic bodies. They take a break from their playing and gather together, sitting side by side as they share a simple snack. The looks on their faces are a picture of pure, uncomplicated contentment. Hunger makes the simplest of foods taste like a feast, and they relish every single bite. Seeing them, their mother sets her broom aside for a moment. Her work can wait. She walks over to them, her steps light, and sits down at their level. There is no trace of weariness on her face, only the radiant warmth of a mother's love. She joins their little circle, and a beautiful, intimate conversation begins. She listens intently as they tell her about their games, their small discoveries, and their even smaller disagreements. She listens to it all with patience and a genuine interest that makes them feel seen and heard. These precious, fleeting moments of connection are her true reward. They are the fuel that powers her through the endless cycle of her daily tasks. Having filled her own heart with their love, she gently gets up and returns to her sweeping, her spirit renewed. The children, comforted and content, resume their activities, secure in the comforting rhythm of their day and the constant, watchful presence of their mother. By now, the mother has completed her sweeping, and the entire courtyard lies before them, impeccably clean and tidy. The bare earth looks fresh and welcoming, ready for new footprints and new games. The scene is made even more picturesque and alive by a small flock of hens, who are clucking softly as they wander freely across the yard. With them are their tiny, fluffy chicks, staying close to their mother as they explore the world with curious little chirps. They peck inquisitively at the ground, adding a charming, rustic touch to the home's atmosphere. This isn't just a house, it's a small, living ecosystem where every creature has its place. Adding to the perfection of the moment is the weather itself. The sun is not harsh but gentle, casting a golden hue on everything it touches. A cool, pleasant breeze rustles through the air, carrying with it the scent of clean earth and a feeling of profound peace. It is a day that feels like a gift, a serene and beautiful moment suspended in time. A mother's work, however, is a current that never stops flowing. Having cleaned the yard, her attention now shifts to another living part of her home, the plants. She finds a container and fills it with fresh, cool water, the sound of it splashing a refreshing melody in the quiet air. She then moves from one plant to another, giving each one a drink with the same tenderness she gives her children. You can see her deep connection to nature in the gentle way she tends to the leaves and the soil, nurturing life in all its forms. As she waters the plants, the hens and their chicks continue their peaceful foraging nearby, creating a harmonious tableau of simple, country life. Her next task is for them. She walks over to a small storage area to prepare some feed for her chickens. Her hands move with a familiar skill as she mixes the grains, a task she has performed countless times. Once the feed is ready, she carries it out into the courtyard. The chickens, recognizing her approach and the promise of food, begin to gather around her feet in happy anticipation. She scatters the feed across the ground, and a flurry of activity ensues as the mother hen and her eager chicks crowd around, pecking enthusiastically at the generous meal she has provided. It is a simple act, but it is an act of stewardship, of caring for the creatures that share her home. After ensuring the chickens are well fed, her focus shifts once more. She walks away from the main house and heads towards an older, seemingly unused structure nearby, perhaps the family's former home. It stands silently, holding memories of the past. Her purpose here is to gather a vital resource for her family's future, firewood. She patiently searches for and collects dry, sturdy pieces of wood, her hands expertly choosing the best ones. The work is physically demanding. She gathers an armful, the rough bark pressing against her skin, and carries the heavy load back to her current home. She makes several trips, her determination unwavering, until a respectable pile of firewood is stacked neatly in a designated corner. This stack is more than just wood, it is a symbol of her foresight and her tireless effort to provide warmth and cooked meals for her family. As she completes this laborious task, her children have found a new source of amusement. They are now playing near the chickens, their laughter a constant, joyful soundtrack to her hard work. With the wood gathered and her other chores complete, the mother is now ready to begin a new project. She selects a few pieces from the pile she just created and prepares to work on them. A look of intense concentration settles on her face. She is about to transform this raw material into something useful, something for her home. With great effort and precision, she begins to cut the wood. The sound of her tool working against the timber is a sound of creation, of progress. She is meticulously shaping the pieces, her vision clear in her mind. This is not just manual labor, it is a craft. She is building, improving, and providing for her family with her own two hands. It is an act of incredible strength and love. Even as she is deeply focused on this demanding task, she remains completely attuned to her children. They stand nearby, watching their mother in awe, their curious eyes taking everything in. She talks to them as she works, answering their questions, her voice a gentle murmur beneath the sounds of her labor. She is a multitasking marvel, seamlessly blending her role as a provider with her role as a nurturing mother. As the sun continues its journey across the sky, the vibrant energy of the morning softens into the tranquil calm of the afternoon. A peaceful quiet descends upon the household. Her two sons, finally worn out from a day full of play and discovery, have surrendered to sleep. They lie resting, their faces serene in their slumber. Her daughter, however, remains awake. She sits quietly, her gaze fixed on her mother. She is a silent observer, watching every move her mother makes, learning profound, unspoken lessons about hard work, perseverance, and love. The mother herself is still completely absorbed in her project, her hands moving with a steady, practiced rhythm. A sheen of sweat might be on her brow, a sign of her hours of effort, but her resolve is unshaken. In this quiet afternoon moment, she is the very picture of resilience and devotion, the strong, silent pillar upon which her entire family rests. And so, our glimpse into this beautiful, ordinary day comes to a close. If you were touched by the simplicity and honesty of these moments, and if you enjoyed watching this story of a family's life unfold, please consider subscribing to the channel. That way, you won't miss out on the next video we share. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch with me today. Until we meet again, please take care, and goodbye.